I was thinking that football without fans would have gotten old by now, but it hasn't. And it was different for me. This is the first time that I heard the fake fans, if you will, being piped through the speakers, and I kind of liked it. And I was against it, I think, because I always knew it was fake. So the cynic in me came out against it, I suppose. But it was good. It gave the game energy, I think, early on. You saw the way Borussia Dortmund came out. I don't think that without the fake noise or fake fans, you would have seen the levels of energy sustained throughout the whole match, and they were. It was absolutely wonderful, and these two teams have done the Bundesliga a massive, massive favor. Unfortunately, of course, there'll be those, and I can understand that. I will say, hey, Bayern Munich are champions again because they are, at least for me. Dortmund had to win this game. That's going to be the eighth title on the trot for Borussia Dortmund. So not much has changed, even though they've gone through some troubles and once again fixed it within the season. Niko Kovac didn't have a good start. We all know the history here. Bayern Munich again. If you look at the team, nothing special, but one special part: Manuel Neuer. Yeah, we were thinking maybe he was done. What a presence. Didn't really have anything spectacular to do, but he just did what he does well. Whatever came at him, he saved, came out of the goal to put out a couple of fires. Of course, he's all comfortable doing that, reading, anticipating the game. And in the back, another player like Boateng, of course, I was 100% sure that he was done. He looked the part. Alfonso Davies, what can you say about the youngster? He's growing with every game. Absolutely tremendous. I said during the game that he should have been a fireman because I mean he was just his recovery is tremendous. Didn't do much going forward. I think that's part of the Bayern Munich game where Robert Lewandowski did nothing because the white players didn't do anything. If you look at Serge Gnabry and Coman, nothing special. But I think they recognized that early. The goal before halftime helped them. But what helped them, they were all coming inside. The counter pressing from Bayern Munich was tremendous. That's what got them the first goal before halftime. And that counter pressing got even better in the second half, even though Borussia Dortmund were beating that trap sometimes. So that was tremendous. And you saw Gnabry and Coman and all the players coming in, just playing inside. And you know, what can you say about Joshua Kimmich? Forget the goal. I think the presence of mind to see the chip, that's great. The execution was good. Burki needed to save that. Bayern Munich also got lucky. 100% penalty, of course, when Haaland took the strike and Boateng. Not only his body was turned when he slid, but you could clearly see his arm coming out, making himself bigger. That didn't even need VAR. That needed to be seen immediately and should have been a penalty. So there goes that luck. But again, in terms of Bayern Munich going forward, from time to time bright spots, but nothing special. But they just recognized what that game meant. They took the goal before halftime and they just wanted to make sure to see it through. And defensively, my goodness, Muller outstanding, Goretzka defensively very good, and Joshua Kimmich, as I've said, never mind the goal. Everything else he does is absolutely tremendous. The engine that he's got, the intellect to see the game, to execute the passing, the covering. That's what I'm going to remember. For Borussia Dortmund, I didn't think they played well. Again, you look at that midfield when you talk about Dawood in particular and Delaney. I don't think they played badly. I think all three games so far, they've done a tremendous job knowing that Emre Can and Axel Witsel were not available. They were today, of course, and they came in. But I didn't think they did badly. And you know, Delaney, in fact, I thought it was very good in the first half. He was the one that had that last clearance that didn't make it. And I don't know if he paid the price for that. But one surprise for Borussia Dortmund for me was the withdrawal at halftime of Julian Brandt. As everybody have seen, he wasn't spectacular, but I think that this was the type of player that I think in the second half could have dropped it in the midfield, maybe find that pass. He had a great pass in the first half to release Haaland, but I think if you look at Torgan Hazard, for me, he would have been the first option because he looked good for 15 minutes, first 15 minutes when he was on the right hand side. When he switched over, it wasn't the same. So that was a massive decision that I think was wrong. But again, it will probably, these are always going to be difficult. So in the end, again, the game delivered, tremendous watch, the tempo of the game sustained after such a long break. And again, Bundesliga has shown the rest of the world how it's done or how it should be done when leagues decide to come back, and the level of play in all the games have not dropped. Hope you liked it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments. Bye for now.